if you've got any questions at the end of each section that we talk about, we've kind of split it into 4 main areas. You just ask us, just say, look, I've got this question, that question we might not have covered. We think we've covered kind of things that, we think are important, but there might be, other areas that you guys have questions about. We will cover flights, accommodation to start. Then Amy will run through the itinerary, which we're building now, and pretty much will be, it will look very similar to that. I'll run through a fundraising campaign that we have in mind for the trip, and then Amy will cover like the next steps, which we need to do before we lock everything in. So to open up the flights accommodation, the flights have been a really big headache. They're not a headache, but we happen to be going in the busiest time to travel pretty much anywhere. January, we wanted to kick off the trip, and I've already always had the vision to kick it off in January because it aligns with holidays. A lot of people are taking holidays then, plus teachers. We have people in the education industry that want to come, and they've voiced that. And so I've tried to align that with a time of the year where they can come pretty easily. So we're going to keep it at Jan, but the prices, they're fluctuating, but they're also higher than what the other times of the year that we travel. I mean, we're over now like every 6 to 8 weeks. So we're traveling throughout the year, and we avoid school holidays. So yeah, the prices we're looking at now, I think I'd said all up, I'd said roughly at the start 2,000 with accommodation. I think it will look like 2,500. The thing with this is, though, we've saved where we're staying, and I've locked in at the Boreancourt is a 5-star resort. I get that for 40% off with the connection that I've had over the years. So we're staying at like I reckon it's the best, best place you can possibly stay at in Cambodia, and Siem Reap, and it's got that name. It's run by the governor. Obviously, there's a corrupt political system in Cambodia, but as soon as something's run by a governor, it's top of the top. I've had friends come over and visit that travel the world, and they still say Farmu says that's the best place you've ever stayed. Yeah. So it's beautiful. We've got a fantastic rate. So we're looking at our accommodation for the 7 nights to only be $350 each. That's with buffet breakfast. With this place got a 5-star gym in it. It's beautiful. And I mean, most of you are grouped up. We're just working on, Michelle and Kate, of what their preferences are for a room. And I'll probably go solo. You'd rather be in the solo room. I'll go with Amy Amy will go with Michelle, and I'll be rolling solo. But yeah, we'll be able to. It's happened to be that Jacayla's 16. She's traveling with her mum or nan over. That everyone's quite grouped up, and Gail's traveling with your daughter, and Kelly's coming over with Em. So we've kind of, we're quite grouped, which is a really good thing. It means that the deluxe rooms we're staying at are halved, so it's $350 each. It brings down our ticket. I mean, it brings down our total price a lot. But again, look, we could get flights that are pretty dodgy. And this is the thing that we're not wanting to do. We're not wanting to promote a backpacker style trip where we're staying, we're traveling in not dodgy airlines, but dodgy flights with long stopovers, transfers, all this stuff. And I've done volunteer trips myself, and I don't want, that's not what me and Amy want to do with this. And that's not the vision we have, as well as staying at a beautiful place. So it will be on the luxurious side, I guarantee it. However, it isn't, I don't believe it's a break in the budget. I think it will end up at 2,500. That's flights, accommodation, everything paid for. I just wanted to run that past everybody here, because I knew that we said 2,000, and I mean, we could have done that if we weren't probably going around Jan, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. I can guarantee we're flying. We'll either be on, we're probably on Singapore Airlines, which is again the leading. I have flown AirAsia many, many times, but they haven't been operating. It's a lot cheaper. They're not operating just yet. They're probably just opening there.
I think around that time there's just starting to be flights pop up. But
yeah. And I back AirAsia. I've flown them a lot, but Singapore is a whole new level. It's beautiful, Singapore Airlines. So we're looking at that. Our stopover is really important. Myself and Amy have traveled a bit together now, and we've figured out a really good flight path to Singapore, and then straight off into Siem Reap. So we are trying to lock that in. We're saving costs by doing that, but the flights are fluctuating week to week, and they are going up. A lot more people are starting to travel, and the cost of fuel's gone up. So I believe we're looking at 2,500, with our flights being about the 2,200 mark. Again, it's with luggage, it's with everything, but I just wanted to make sure everyone would be okay with that. Yep. All right. What we were thinking about this is our biggest, like, to be really honest, this is our biggest kind of planning element, is our flights. The accommodation's a piece of cake, because we know the manager and things in Borei Angkor, but with the flights, we want to give people enough time to have the money there and not push it. But we are checking daily, and we're like, it's like a roller coaster where they're going up and down. Some are selling out. Plus, we're needing 10 tickets, which is which is okay. But we're just wanting to try and work out. We would like to, obviously, ideally have, we'd do 2 lots of payment, because our accommodation isn't due yet, and there's no pressure on that, just with the relationship that we have. They've got the rooms for us. So we'd be looking at doing the flight money at first, and we'd probably be, looking at 2,200. If we can lock in the flights at the right time, you might say $50, $100. We would then take that extra and knock it off their second total, which would be the 350 for the accommodation. That would be our plan, just because accommodation we're not concerned about, it's just the flights. Again, we don't want too much pressure on people to have to come up with that amount of money. We'd probably reach out individually after this and just see where everyone's at with that. And then we would lock in to have them booked as soon as we can. That's once we have flights, we're laughing. That's the hardest part, and that seems like the easiest part, but for us it's probably the hardest. So once that's done, off we go. I've spoke to the Borei Angkor during the week, and they've got the rooms for us for that time, and everything's fine with that. So that price is including their buffet breakfast, which is also amazing. So you've got everything you need at that resort. I can try and share screen up here, and then I'll show you their website, and then you can go and have a look. But can you see my screen now? Is that? Yeah, cool. Alrighty. So their website is it's spelled like this. So we say Borei, but Aussie language. I'll teach you more, come on. But Borei, how would we say that in Aussie? Borei Angkor. We would say Borei Angkor, but Borei Angkor. It's probably our Aussie way to say it. And this is so, like, stuff like this is what you walk. I can't even imagine what's explained, but it's very beautiful, like huge.
It looks better,
looks better.
Wow.
In person, a lot better in person. It will. I guarantee you guys be like, wow, and that's what we want. The rooms are beautiful, so it'll be probably something like, I'm guessing we stay in the double, but I guess it would be, it would be like that, and then you've got the balcony out to the pool. Out to the pool area, and it is beautiful. Like, we've stayed at, even where we've been getting a discount in town, there's like, it's 5-star, it's stunning, they're a big chain, but we got, like, on the second night, this weird smell in the room, because the sewage lines in Siem Reap are not the best, and even when I rent my apartment there and stuff, it's always a little bit smelly. This place, I've stayed there since I think 2018. I've stayed at Borei Angkor, and it is beautiful, isn't it?
Like, swim in their pool.
All right. When I lived in Cambodia, I went and swam in their pool every day. So it's absolutely beautiful. It smells like it's stunning. So this is the pic that we had for the trip. But you can go through the website yourself. Our room had a bath. Some rooms have a big bathtub. They've got a pool. They've got like a business room with Apple Macs if you wanted to go on the computers. They've always got, like, they've got a huge entrance. It's out of, probably it would only be a 5-minute walk in if you wanted to, or a 2-minute tuk-tuk. But it's out. It's why it's so special. It's kind of off the main highway. away from Pub Street, and then it's got this huge entrance in that's safeguarded with security. Plus, you've got the big lobby entrance in here where the cars
set
pull
back.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, set right back. They've just done up. They're like, this is just a poolside bar that they've just done up like this. So it's very, very beautiful. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
then
looks
you've got the
amazing.
Looks beautiful.
yeah, yep. So look, that's going to be a highlight. That's a really good, connection that we've used for the trip. That's probably it. My end, I think. Again, so the last thing I would say about this area is that I know, Michelle, you've been over before. Kate's been over. Has anyone else been over to Cambodia?
No.
Yeah, perfect.
No. And Em hasn't been either.
Perfect.
So,
That's the
yeah.
best trip for you guys to take with us.
Yeah.
Michelle and Kate would know it's quite cheap there. So when we're saying 2,500, that's nearly that's a lot of money for what apart from that, you won't be spending much at all. Even when we eat at beautiful places, we'll take you to the best spots. It might cost you $5 per head with drinks. And that is like a 5-star place. Like it's cheaper than Bali, it's cheaper than Thailand. The tuk-tuks to get around would be probably $1 or $2 into town and back. It is US money. We'll talk about that at another point, but it's going to be very cheap for you for spending money. So that's probably like a tour for the day. We've got our friends that are tuk-tuk drivers, so they'll take you guys as well. So you'll have your own private kind of tuk-tuk to do your things as well. But yeah, still, so it's very, very
amazing.
Yeah. Any questions about that part before Amy does what the week might look like? Are we right with that?
No, it looks good.
I'm a chatter, aren't I? Probably covered. chat.
No, that's good.
So I guess, depending on what days we book in for the flights is going to maybe vary a little bit, but it's going to look similar no matter what. But so the flights we have found that are best so far would be leaving Friday night, and it's an overnight flight, which is good because then it kind of, so you sleep through the night and then we get there the next day and good to go. Yeah. So that first day would be, so our arrival, a bit of an induction. We would do a tour around Siem Reap and then do dinner.
Quiet, kind of a quiet one, because the overnight flights, we prefer them. I think they're best because you just jump on, sleep, get up, but you won't have a lot of jet lag, but a tiny bit. So we just thought quiet, it's a quiet day.
Yeah. I'm always buggered that first day, actually.
Always making the rice drop.
True. And then so the next day would be a Sunday. So that's the day we're planning to go out to Pekong, where all the sponsored children are and their families. So we would organize a meet and greet with them, go and if people have got donations, take them out that day. And then that afternoon, evening, again, just exploring Siem Reap town, go out for dinner. And then the next couple of days we would be doing the morning's free morning, and then afternoon we would go out to BFO school in Siam's village. And spend a few hours out there at the school with the kids.
The school. I'll so butt in really quickly while Amy goes through, because the school opens at our school times at 3 p.m. So our schools run in the Arvo over in Cambodia, especially the NGO schools. So we start off at 3 p.m. and we go through to 7. We probably wouldn't stay the whole Arvo out there, but just so you're aware, you're going, while you're going to the school in the afternoon, we would have the days that you're at the school with us, which are magic, absolutely magic. They would be, you'd have your morning off, we'd go out and then you'd come back. And those spots where myself and Amy have got Siem Reap town and dinner or morning off, you can do your own things. We can either take you out for dinner with us or whatever, but that's not a time that you have to necessarily be in the group, if that makes sense, because we didn't want to make it like, oh, you have to do this with the group. It's got those times every day pretty much where you get your own space. You might want to sit by the pool or go to the markets or
Yep. And So then, so the Tuesday or the Wednesday, whatever day that is,
So day 4.
day 4.
Yeah.
Day 4. We would do, so that's the day where we'll be planning for the temples. So out to Angkor Wat temples. And we've got, our drivers, Woody and his friend
Yes.
that have their tuk-tuk and would do a tour out there. So I know Mum and Kate, they've been to the temples. So then thinking for those who have been, we could do an optional Kulin Mountain tour. Day 5 would be the day we were wanting to go and build a well out at one of the rural villages. So do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So last time we were over, I've got a good friend, Sam, that works, or he's got his hand in a lot of things. He's local. He raises money and works to build water wells out in rural areas. And I personally have never done it, but he was asking me if there's any chance we could support with that as an NGO. And I said, look, I'm thinking about doing a volunteer trip. Myself and Amy thought it would be perfect to add it in because it would be an amazing experience for you all, I think, and something that you would really remember, which we're trying to cram really cool things into a week, but we can't get it.
Yeah.
It's basically I can try and show you. I'll show you, send a photo in the group chat. It's very simple, but I have lived down a village where we use this water, and it literally is a means of water for a family to live off. So they just put a well in the ground. I don't know exactly how they do this. I haven't been a part of it yet. I just pump the water on the other end. And sometimes, but the water wells, and don't take me here on theory. The water well goes in. They'll cement off, but you do get a special plaque. So we thought we could do it in pairs, and it would say, your name, like Amy. You could do one with your mum, and it would just say, Amy and Michelle Harrison donated water from Australia, donated a water well to whatever family. And then the family, you can have a photo with them or however, but it's something special. Like you could go back there and visit that place that you've supplied water to. And I know for a fact, being in the village, that, shelter and water comes before education. It's those things that are staple. We've got the opportunity to do it with you. I'm not sure if we will again. So I thought we'd have a go, and that could be a part of the fundraising, which we talk about, but something worthwhile that if you wanted to be a part of, we were going to ask everyone. We're going to do it anyway. We haven't done it. We haven't done it.
That'd be amazing.
Especially having that connection, Sam's able to organize them.
So that was the water well part. Again, just a morning trip out, and you've got it.
And then
sounds great.
Similar to one of the first, so day 6 and 7, just free morning around Siem Reap, and then the afternoon around 3 o'clock back out to the school for those last couple of days, and then again dinner in town, and the last day, which is day 8, depending on the flights again, but most of them are later flights, so we've got that whole day. So just kind of a free day and head back later in the arvo, and then again they're overnight flights, so we would arrive back like that early that next morning.
Excellent. Sounds good.
We've just tried to mix through there with things that we think are most important, and the times I've had volunteers come over, or friends or family, what I've put into the week for them that they've loved, and then giving you spare time to yourselves or whichever you'd like to do. And you might say to us, look, we want to go to this place, and we can set that up for you. No stress at all. You might want to, you'll find Amy at the pool with her iced teas. Amy will be at the pool with her iced teas. I'll be on my laptop for a lot of time, but feel free to explore, and we can help you out. Even with the markets, I can speak a bit of Khmer, so I can go down and help people with the markets. And the induction, I probably mentioned, is a really important part. On that first day, we'll just sit, it will be really chill, but we will go through really important cultural norms, and then things that you'll see in the village, and different ways, some common terms to speak to the locals with, just thank yous and hellos and things like that. But money. And money, and things like that. Any questions about that, how that will be looking?
Sounds great.
No, all good.
Sounds good.
All right, we're good to go. So the fundraising, this is the last part, the fundraising campaign. We added this in. We're trying to cut costs a lot for your trip, and to try to make it basically what myself and Amy would pay to go. We're not obviously taking any type of money for going over. We're volunteering our time to you, and that's not, we would never charge. What we're trying to work out is individual fundraising campaigns and who's okay with this. The fundraising part of the charity is the guts of it. It's the most important. We've run individual, we've run online, we do fundraisers. There's a heap of stuff that we do. What I thought would work really well, it would work like a gunfight. I'm so tired. I've been having I nearly said a gunfire. Something. You'd be like, what are you talking about? What are you doing in Cambodia? Sorry about that. You'll have a few laughs for the week. I'm a bit tired, I know. So it's like a GoFundMe. That's what I was looking for. The reason that this would work beautifully is I thought about how to get you involved in this, and it's not at all probably, the funding will support the school and it will support your water well, but I think to get you most involved in this is to try and get you to hold your own type of fundraiser, and as small as possible, which would be an online. We don't use GoFundMe because it takes a lot of commission. It takes a huge amount of chunk. So we use Chuffed. Anyone that might have seen my fundraising online before, it's chuffed.com. We would be setting up, we would set you up. We looked at getting you to make individual Chuffed accounts and doing it. And I said to Amy on Sunday, I was like, nah, I will set them up and it will provide a link, and I fill out all the information for you. The charity bank account is really important to be linked to because it's tax deductible. Anybody that comes to donate to your campaign or your fundraiser for the charity gets taxed as soon as their receipt comes through. They can get that tax deducted with the charity. If it went through individual bank accounts, we can't do that, and then you'd have to transfer. And this way, it's got the solid ABN link with the charity, and that's what we were asking that we could try and do. We don't have a max amount or a minimum amount. It would be more, I think, it's more to get you involved in going over and what the NGO is about and the charity side that really makes it. Makes it special. And then we would hopefully, whatever funding we can get, we would be putting towards the operating of the school that we're opening in three weeks. And the water well. So look, we don't have a max amount. We would just if you have to give an okay individually, it would be a copy paste link, and it would have your names at the top of the link. We would put all the information in, so it would automatically come up with that, and then people can donate, and it just has a running tally of what it is. You could max it. I know 1,000's a lot. You could max it at 1,000 and then just see like what happens with that. You could do it in groups of 2. Individually, it wouldn't really matter. It's up to how you want to do it. And I'm not saying that you have to get to $1,000. Nothing like that. There's no pressure with this, but I think having it open to whatever goes up. We can advise more on that. If are people happy to run an online, like a mini fundraising? Look, and I think it's perfect. I think it will be a really good experience as well. But that's all. That's the fundraising part.
So if I did a fundraiser at school to raise money, I would just put it into my account, then transfer that over. Oh, hang on, how would that work? So I'd have to put into your account, wouldn't I? Your fundraising account online.
We just
don't worry about the Chuffed. Just put it through the
and then it's all linked, tax deductible, and that is actually the account that's linked to your own fundraising link is the charity account, which is good. So it's actually it's the full-on charity bank account. All
right, cool.
So that we'll set them up. We're going to reach out personally. So we don't want to put people on the spot that don't feel comfortable. That we're not about that, myself and Amy. So we're just going to reach out personally about the flight amount and the fundraiser. And then we will make the link for you, and then you just promote it, and we'll help with times. We do a lot of promo marketing,
on social media,
putting on social media, telling people. You had a good idea about maybe emailing it or whatever.
If you had like work, people at work, some kind of channel that way.
That was that part. And then we had the last part was the next steps. Was there any questions for the fundraising part? No, easy.
No, all good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's so safe. We thought about it is the easiest way. Like no one pays anything towards, like you might come over and say, a lot of people say, how do we put money into the school? How do we do? And then it's on you to kind of give money. And then it's like me and Amy putting our money into the charity, which we can't do. We'd like to, it'd be easy, but it would make everything fall apart. We must fundraise. So I think it'd be
Yeah.
really meaningful for that fundraiser to happen. Then you come and see what it's about. So
Yes.
that's that. And then Amy will just cover that next steps and we're
Mhm.
good. We're good to
Which
go.
we kind of spoke about anyway. We'll reach out about the fundraiser. And if that's all okay with everyone, we'll create those links and send them through to you and just
Yep. Sounds good.
And
I'll let my daughter wait. I'll stay on for a bit longer.
we have to 2 minutes. You've got to
Wait
go
at the front. No, she's all right. She can just wait.
Just I guess
She'll ring
the
me
most
and ring me,
pressing
ring me,
thing-
but she can wait.
the most pressing things are flights. So just working out when people are okay to transfer that flight money through, and then us
Yep.
getting those flights as soon as possible. We'll just need a copy of everyone's passports as well. Just if they can be
Mhm.
emailed through to the charity email, is
Yep.
it? Yeah.
Yep.
Which we can send in the Facebook group.
Yep.
The email, and then we'll be able to then send
Nice.
everyone the
Yeah.
travel documents.
What about visas?
Good one. We would do visa on arrival. Yep.
Okay.
So, yep, it's the easiest way. Like, so we could do online as well. It actually either. We always do. I always do it when I land, but they've opened up full tourist visas. There's no COVID restrictions in Australia right now or Cambodia.
Mhm.
When we land, we can just line up. I mean, we've done both ways, and they've nearly been the same amount of time
Yeah.
as Cambodia.
Yeah.
You remember? Did you fly Siem Reap airports? It's like going back centuries, but we could do either. So we can go on e-visa and do that online, and we just get tourist visas. We can again do that with your passports, or when we land, I think it's 30 US, and we just get the stamp as we come in as tourists. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Good question. I actually forgot about that one. Lucky it's like
I didn't write-
someone's getting into the country.
I'll remember all of those things after this. And I'll go,
Okay.
good. Judge just had this question. Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how busy do you think it will be sort of by January? Is it really starting to pick up with tourists, or is it still pretty quiet?
Through going through COVID in Jan, we were like, oh my God, it's dead. And then going back, we thought it was busy, but the locals and my mates over there are struggling. They're saying there's no tourism. I believe for us, we'll see parts of tourism, and we were shocked when we were there last. We're like, oh, there's tourists here and things are open, but it won't be as busy as you probably remember it, just because it's rebuilding. So people are choosing to travel all around. I think it will have been built up a lot more.
We'll know more, I guess, too, this trip.
But Jan, we could expect it to be the busiest. It's probably the busiest time, I think, for us to go over. So you'll see, I think it'll still be flooded with tourists, but in a good way. I don't think it will be as packed normally as like the Borankor, for example, would be as normal and normal would be. But our flights, I guarantee our flights will be full. Every time we've flown, our flights have been chockers, even when we flew through COVID restrictions. So our flights will probably be full. I think, good question again. Cambodia will probably be pumping. I think there'll be a lot of people over there, but not the usual, usual level. Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's just been a lack of, which the locals have been loving, lack of Chinese tourists. That's what has been, it's funny, that's been the lack. And that's the locals are loving it because they often be a little bit abrupt, and that's okay. But they've been telling me a lot, there's not as many Chinese tourists, and that's their level of income as well too. So they're kind of feeling the struggle. But we saw a lot of Western tourists last time.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah.
Your day off today? Is it your day off from the chicken shop?
It is our day off from the chicken.
And then we shut the shop as well to give us an extra break.
Oh, yeah. How is the
Right.
chicken shop going?
It's good. It's going good. We've
Mm-hmm.
actually got it up for sale, a whole nother topic, but yeah, we're looking at selling it pretty soon actually, just so we can get back full time for BFO. We've kind of been working
Yeah.
now full time, and the school's about to open, and it's going to be
Mm,
time. I haven't had a school
Mm.
open for nearly 2 years, and takes a
Yeah.
heck of a lot of time, with longer trips for us over, and then Amy wants to head off into fundraising side of things and event planning, me into the education. So it's going to be pretty heavy for us in a good way. So we're just looking at, the shop's probably done its purpose for the last 2 years, and then we'll probably get that sold. We're hoping we've had an
Yeah.
offer. We haven't told Michelle yet.
yeah.
Michelle, we're finding out online.
heard
here,
of
sorry,
this.
but you might have found we've had an offer, but yeah, it's going well.
Yeah.
It's done well, the chicken shop, but for now it's that level of, we're not in it for money, and it's now becoming that level of is it holding us back? When is it going to start holding us back from travel and from doing what we need to do, which is our main purpose over in Cambodia, rather than seeing that greed and that the money that's coming in. There's no point having the cash if we can't we can't use it. So
Over there. Yep.
Use it.
yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
For a minute,
Well, this is exciting.
yeah, you
Nice to
excited?
chat in person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got
nice to chat in person.
you're going to be
Yeah,
stuck
I am,
with
I
us
am.
the whole week. Amy won't do your head in. Amy's nice and reserved, aren't you, compared to
You
me?
might.
I'm the naughty chatterbox.
No, that's great. Love it.
We'll
That's
balance
good.
out the yin and yang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we're
But I guess
excited
to me,
take
it's just the
over.
cultural thing, like the things that you should do and what you shouldn't do, and that
Yep.
sort of stuff that I
Yep.
feel.
tell
Yeah, I'll
you
have to do a bit of
all-
research.
Yeah, all about it on
Yeah.
induction over there, on the trip over, and the induction we're going to
Yeah.
tell you all about. There's a lot that you're going to see and that we have
Yeah.
experience in, and I mean, me living there is really good for us, because I've learned a lot, both in the village and in town. Yeah, so I'll share that with you, and
You know a lot of people there, a lot of
not yet.
contacts and stuff.
Yeah, locals. Yeah.
That's good.
And we're safe as sound. Yeah, over there, it's beautiful. Safer. I feel safer there than here a lot. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
Great.
We might
All
cut
right.
out, guys, but I think we might cut out soon. Yeah.
That's good. See, less than 1 minute. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
chat.
All right.
you.
Thanks,
Good to chat soon
everyone.
again.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
Great.
coming. We
Yeah.
can't wait to
Yeah.
take over. We're so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
That'd be
Fantastic.
really good.
All
Thank
right.
you
for the opportunity.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
offer.